Hey veterans, it's time for the who, what, and why of the happenings on our campus. So now, live from the KVET studio, it's WWW.
Hello out there in TV land, and welcome again to the KVET studio for another production of Who, What, and Why. I'm Jack Warren, I'm the station manager here, and I'm delighted to have my guests today who are going to be talking about the mixed nuts. So we'll have a lot of fun talking about that in a few minutes. But welcome here. We usually do this program live, and it will be shown next Wednesday. We're not doing it live today because we're in the middle of installing some new equipment that we're having to make some adjustments for. But and you may in fact experience some small lapses at times on the programs when we're doing things with the installation of this new equipment. But we're delighted to have it, and we're delighted to have you with us today. And I'm very delighted to have our guests here. We have Sandra Woodford and Tom Parkinson.
Howdy.
And Jennifer Brusstar. Thank all of you for being here.
Thank you
We
for
appreciate
having
you
us.
coming.
Thanks
And
for
you all have one thing in common, and we all have one thing in common, which was we love the mixed nuts. So let's start out by, all right, who's going to tell us who? All right, you start with us, Sandy. What is the mixed nuts?
Oh, the Mixed Nuts is a fabulous softball team that home members and their families can play safely. I'm the assistant manager, which means that I make sure that everyone's wearing safe apparel. I arrange the batting order. I make sure that the first aid kit is out there. I make sure that water, ice is provided. And it's just a wonderful mixture of varying ages and talents. And we had, Tom's going to talk more about it, maybe even Jennifer, we had a 92-year-old shortstop in our first season. We were so proud of him. So, mixed nuts, I love them.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm Tom Parkinson. I've been at the home here for 5 years, and I do quite a lot at the home. I'm an escort at Halderman. Very frustrated over the fact we've got broken elevators there that have been broken forever. It makes our job a little tougher. But in terms of mixed nuts, myself, Dave Tresh, and we're watching baseball at Halderman, or watching baseball at Borman Field, which we did on regular basis. We do D guys. And we thought, why not? I mean, why don't we put together a softball team?
And Merle Knight.
And Merle Knight was one of our founders. And we started saying, why not? I mean, we can play. I've been coaching baseball forever. I coached all my boys through baseball, everywhere from T-ball, 5 years old, all the way up to 20. And so I thought, sure, let's do it. So we started getting the word out. And our first season, we had 30 players that were part of the Mixed Nuts. And we were so blessed by a 16-year-old baseball player from Sacramento got wind of the fact that we were going to do a softball team, and we had no equipment. We had no uniforms, we had no bats, we had no balls, we had no gloves. And he went out and raised $1,000 in his neighborhood and bought us these uniforms and brought gloves and balls and bats. It was kind of the beginning of what the Mixed Nuts are about, which is basically through donations from our VFW here at the home. They brought us these uniforms, beautiful ones, plus a pitching machine. They invested about $1,100 in the Mixed Nuts. The Mixed Nuts have never been sponsored $1 from the state of California. We're really proud of that. And then 3 years ago, Andy Caption, our 92-year-old shortstop, ran into Jennifer on campus and introduced her to the Mixed Nuts, and she's been a blessing. You know, Tug McGraw Foundation has been so fantastic for us. They have supplied equipment. They've fed our fans, and they've just been terrific. And they continue to do more and more. I'm so proud of Jennifer and her work, not just with the mixed nuts, but everything here at the home. So with that,
Jennifer, tell us what your connection has been here.
Well, to echo both on Sandra's and Tom's words, you know, I love the mixed nuts, and the Tug McGraw Foundation loves the mixed nuts. And we got to know them through a little New Yorker by the name of Andy. And it was through a simple conversation asking him if he was a Mets fan or a Yankees fan. And he was a Mets fan. And Tug McGraw, I'm one of the co-founders of the foundation. Tug McGraw is from Napa Valley, Vallejo area, and played on that very field of Borman. And I knew immediately, it was as if Tug was on my shoulder saying, Jen, go find out who these mixed nuts are. And to my belief, I was just absolutely stunned that this community of brotherhood and sisterhood was here on this very campus, had put together this team, like you said, without state funds, and it was truly about the old kind of Sandlot brotherhood of love type thing, and based on getting everybody involved. And Tug was very much like that, where he played the big league game like a little leaguer and truly was passionate. And it had all the right elements of us wanting to get behind what you guys are doing and just lift what you guys are doing and get it out there. And we felt that our best way was to let's make this kind of a program in which we get out club fan cards and we provide meals and provide fanfare and an opportunity for home members to get out and cheer this very unique team in which we truly, the spirit we believe in, and in Tug's words, you gotta believe. And so it's our privilege and our honor to just kind of lift the work that you all do, and seeing you and Ed out there and seeing everybody come out there. They all want their free hot dogs and hamburgers. So we know two things get veterans out, food and music. And, and we've had a great time, and since then we've nearly put in $15,000 towards the Mixed Nuts program.
Thank you, Jen.
And have, in that time, have fed over 1,200 veterans. But it's unique in the spirit in which the community and the intergenerational part of families coming to intermix with you all, I think, is huge. And to play on that field is truly tremendous and beautiful.
yeah, it's an honor.
And I know that you do have some intergenerational activity there, because one of the players is a kid who's the son of my doctor here. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, and he was so excited about this. This was a new experience for him, and she talked about it, that he just was so excited to get out there and excel in something that everybody was applauding him. He was having a grand old time. So,
That's great.
but he's how old? He's about 8?
8,
About
yeah,
8 years
about
old.
8, yeah. We
So
have,
your age range was at that time from 8 to 90 something?
92.
92 is your
92. We
oldest?
still have a 91-year-old player on our team. Andy, unfortunately, doesn't play ball anymore, but he follows the Nuts, and he'll be there this year, rooting us on. He's over in Eisenhower now, but he asks me all the time, "Hey, Coach." "Hey, Coach." And we also have one of my favorite Mixed Nuts. He had an accident at home, and he busted his hip. He was 86 years old, and I said, you got to get out, you got to get healed, you got to come back, you got to play, you got to practice. And his great line is, "Coach, I don't need no practice." I don't need no practice. Anyway, so the Nuts came about. One of the great things about it is that it really fed itself. And we didn't do a lot of promotion and enthusiasm.
Support.
And for me, it's so fun being a coach when I have a 6-year-old kid and a 90-year-old person, and it turns out they're the same. Okay? They forget what position they're playing. They forget when they're supposed to bat.
They don't know where their middle is.
They don't know where and it's kind of interesting how it goes around. What's so great about this game, a great game, is you can play it when you're little, and we're learning you can play it when you're old. And when you're playing it when you're old and the ball comes to you, you remember when you were a kid. It's just like that. It's so amazing. I see it happening to me. I'm the coach and shortstop. And a lot of times I'll get the ball and I'll just think, man, I was in Little League.
Yeah.
And I start to throw the ball like I was in Little League, and then my arm goes, "You're not in Little League anymore." But anyway, that's what's so great about the Nuts. And we bring all the families together. Jennifer's done a tremendous job. Sandra's done a really great job of making sure everybody's safe. And,
Thank you.
you know,
And
unbelievable.
play second base.
Play second base.
And then we forgot to mention that Jay Villarreal of VFW
Right. You turn it around the other way. So.
asked the VFW group if they would give us money to make these T-shirts for us after the Americana, after the kid from the high school gave us those. So we owe a debt of gratitude to the VFW.
Yeah, they've done a great job, too.
It's all about partnerships, and that is really, I think, critical to the success of the Mixed Nuts, from everybody from the Napa Valley Baseball Club, who is out there grooming the field, to the VFW, to the community, from the fire department to the Vintners Group. It's really just such a, for the love of the game, if you will, and it's just tremendous to be a part. As you know, Jack, my son, loves to come out there, although we lost him for a few weeks because he fell in love for a short brief. We realized that sometimes something does take over baseball. And my son is special needs, adult with autism, and for him to be able to play out there with you guys make him feel so, it's purpose.
Well,
and
he just jacks up our enthusiasm
he's so
when he's
welcome.
out on the field.
I mean,
it's just
we love Jack, and
so uplifting.
we also have one of our other favorites is we call him Half Nelson. It's one of the doctors here at the home. In fact, it's Sandra's doctor.
Yes, Dr. Nelson.
She has a son that also has special needs, and he's just a wonderful, wonderful kid. And we're getting into the rules a little bit. He came up to me and he said, "Hey, Coach," he said, "you cheat, huh?" I said, "What do you mean, Half Nelson?" He said, "You cheat." I said, "No, I don't cheat. You see, it's our field, our rules. So you can't cheat if you're making your rules, okay?" He goes, "Oh, that makes sense." He goes, "Okay, Nelson, go up to the base." So he'd run to the base and he would sit on the base because we would, she'd steal the bases.
Literally.
One of the things we do to make sure the score gets, close.
Wait, what exactly are the rules?
That is very interesting.
on the team.
My philosophy on rules is who are we playing, okay? If we're playing a team that's close to our level, then we play standard softball rules, except for a little modification once in a while. But if we're playing somebody like the Firemen, they would massacre the Mixed Nuts. I mean, let's face it, the guys are in great shape. Their average age is probably 27. Our average age is 73. If we play a straight game, it would be 38-0. That wouldn't be a lot of fun to watch. So we just do things like make them run backwards. If you're right-handed, you have to bat left. If you're throw left, you have to throw right. We change the rules a little bit. We hide the bases. We steal the bases sometimes.
Not to mention you have a blind umpire for real as well.
Exactly.
So the calls are a little iffy too.
We do have
to
a
your
blind
favorite,
umpire.
it seems like.
We do have a blind umpire, which is also pretty creative on our part. But I try desperately to have a rule which is pretty concrete. 4 runs max per inning per team. It makes the thing move forward. 4-inning game. It makes the game go in an hour. Because a lot of my people can't last more than an hour without having to go to the bathroom, for one thing. Secondly, it just they lose concentration in an hour. Okay, that's just that simple. And the teams we play, they get it. They don't get it instantly, but we play a team that's up to 14 years old out of Yountville. Serious baseball kids.
Oh, yes.
And they came to play the Nuts, and they thought it was going to be a serious game. And so the first inning, they came out and they were doing their hieroglyphics and exercises and whatever, and getting ready to rock and everything. And I said, What are you doing? So we're coming here to kick your tails, of course, right? I said, "Oh, all right, no problem." So the first batter was me, and I got up to the plate. I hit the ball, and I ran to third base. The third baseman picked the ball up, and he threw it to first. I was standing right next to him. I said, nice play. He goes, well, what are you doing? I said, welcome to Mixed Nut Land, okay? And they had a great, great time. And the fathers of the kids actually said they will never forget this. That, can't take the game too seriously.
And we have to mention wheels.
Yeah.
Steve Miller is a wheelchair-bound veteran, and Jennifer arranged to have a track vehicle for him so that he could play out on Borman Field without leaving ruts in it like his wheelchair used to do. So maybe you want to mention how you got that
So
That was really
tractor for him.
yeah, oh my gosh, I think that was another one of the highlights is when you can upgrade and help people that can't have mobility issues out on a field. And we have given away 6 of these Freedom by 6 mobile units. As Sandra was saying, that they're these incredible trackers. They're camo, they're cool, they go 360. And when Steve got that, it just blew your heart up. I mean, it was just like for him to be able to get up and bat and catch. I mean, it was amazing, and to know that
changed his life.
it changed his life and his quality of life. And we've seen that across the country with the other 5 chairs to see. And when you see another vet that we gave one to in Nashville, to see him out on the beach with that chair with his children, it really warms your heart. And those are the things that, we love to do and provide, and Mixed Nuts was one of those opportunities. And to community to see that was big for them to interact and know that, you're only limited by what you can do. So
I always tell, I tell everybody, you can play.
yeah.
No matter if you're crippled or you're handicapped, you've got one arm, you can play.
And the guy that showed up in his suit pants and had not hit a ball for 40 years.
Exactly.
And he was, the look on his face when that ball hit the bat and you heard the crack, he was so excited and running in his Sears suit. I could not believe that. But it was a trigger of a memory, and
Absolutely.
I think that's the one thing we all feel about this is that it is for the love of the game and for your
There's no question about it.
And I know you use runners so that it helps people who can't run
Yeah.
the
Well,
bases.
Jack
Yes, that's a good point.
Jack spends almost a whole game on the bases.
Running for us.
Jennifer's son,
Yes.
he runs so much. And other people's sons, and we have a group of young people that come out to just run. And they're so great. We have some regulars. We have some regulars that I think they're terrific. They're home, not only home members, but people that work here at the home. And like Mike that runs the bowling alley, he's a real solid mixed nut. He's been with us for 4 years. The people at the cafe, Cookies, Willie, they come out and play. Family members, that's the coolest thing is when you see the kids out there. It's just so great when you see the kids playing with a 90-year-old person. It's just really amazing.
And we had a rough summer because of the heat got us, and we have a rule here, if it's 82 degrees, we can't play. Right. So we decided to switch it up this season and play in the fall. But we're even kind of turning up the game a little bit.
Good. Please, go ahead.
Thanks to Jennifer that works in the library here, who's been an incredible asset, I feel, to the home in looking at the archives and looking at the history of baseball. And so for the last couple years, TMF has always been interested in the historical aspect of this field and the players that have played before. And we found an old picture from 1914 with the home's original uniforms, and we sent it to a guy in Connecticut that does all the uniforms for Cooperstown and Babe Ruth and all that. And he came back with an email and he says, Jennifer, we've never seen the felt letters connected before. So I went back to Jennifer and I said, oh my gosh, can you find like a PO, something that shows that these letters on the uniform, how did that come about? And she did. She found a little entry that stated that the uniforms were homemade by one person, and it's probably the only letters connected during that time era that they have found. And so we wanted to do something new this year. We wanted to start a fall season and play every Friday in October at 5 p.m. And on September 22nd, we are going to reveal the authentic uniforms from 1915 and with the connected letters. And we also found out historically that Cleve Borman wanted to name the team the Buccaneers. And so we've created a second set of uniform for the community to play in and home members to play in and staff. So you'll have the Veterans home teams and the Buccaneer uniforms and the original flannels from head to toe, from hats to socks. And we'll debut those on September 22nd at Borman, and we're going to do we'll screen the Field of Dreams out there on the field, so everybody needs to come out. We'll feed you all, and then we're going to have the team walk out in these incredible uniforms. And
Remember that, September 22nd.
Yeah, it's going to be big. It's going to be big.
And
Big.
What's different about the uniforms? Are they?
So they're fully suited. So they're going to have the original turn-of-the-century uniform, and Ken Clark is going to be playing the organ out there. And we're really turning back time to 1915, and I thought it would be fun, the last game of October, that everybody comes out in turn-of-the-century type thing. And we'll have to kind of do, like, maybe Creative Arts, we can do a hat day or where they can make their hats or something, figure out something. But we're real proud of that, and I think it's going to be a great story to tell in the next couple months of that. Hat Day on September 29th, so you'll get your official 19. Everybody likes to come out for the free stuff. I know that too.
So we got a hat day and we got a sock day too. So it'll be really, really fun this year. And I like this schedule because everybody, sometimes we had such a break in between, people would get confused on when we were going to play. So the fact that we are set, we're going to be playing on Friday at 5 o'clock every week for 6 weeks, is going to be really good. Jennifer, has got her fan cards out.
You can come by the office.
Come by the office, pick up your fan card
for your
free hot dog or hamburger.
And we'll be giving away things with that. And
so become an authentic fan, okay? And
Let's tell them where Tug McGraw office is.
Exactly. Tug McGraw's office is in the administration building in the back.
It is, and I'll probably need help on this because it faces the Alameda side, am I right?
Yeah,
Right.
Alameda side.
Yes.
So we're in 40A, and everybody knows Ava, or I will be in there, and we're happy to give you your...
Come get a card. And also, I reach out for players all the time. We have currently, at the high point of the Mixed Nuts, we had 36 players. Ask how many that are still from the original. We have 12 original players. We've added another 15, 16. So right now we're at about 27 players. I'd love to get us back to 30, 35. It's open to anybody. I think the most important thing for people to understand is that the Mixed Nut is not just for the Veterans Home people here. We're really reaching out to the community. We're reaching out to the state employees. We're reaching out to administration. We're reaching out to the families and the children. Come play. Come play. There's always...
Who came up with your name? Who came up with
that's kind of an interesting story. Here's what happened. As I said, I'm an escort at the hospital, and I love that job. I mean, I get paid, and I feel bad about taking the money. I would have done it for free. And I go around there, and I look at the wards and the people, memory care and Eisenhower, and I was trying to come up with the name of the team. And it was just so apparent that we're just such a mixture of people, different personalities, different things, different backgrounds, just so diverse. And I went, wow, it's nuts. I mean, totally nuts. I mean, how can you bring all these people together? Totally nuts. And I went, yeah, wait a second. Mixed nuts. What's wrong with that?
2 T's.
So, 2 T's, yeah. We spelled it wrong. So anyway, that's where the name came from. It was really just an inspiration that had to do with our community. We are truly a group of mixed nuts. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. It's just the way we are.
And you have your own
In a good way.
website too, so you can go on there and look at the schedule, and you
Exactly.
can go look at historic videos of the old field and Steve's wheels, him and his wheels, and it's a beautiful tribute to what
Exactly.
you guys dreamed up.
That's a great
Yeah, well, thank you
website.
so much.
Yes.
And again, like I said, it's open. I mean, we have an open practice. Our first practice will be at 4 o'clock Friday, this Friday. Like Jennifer said, the heat got us this year, so we had to move everything to the fall, which I think is going to be great because it's a good time of year. The temperature will be right. We can't play above 82, 83. It's too dangerous for us. And so it's going to be a fun fall. And like I said, please come out to the practice. It'll be at Borman Field now, and it'll be every Friday up until schedule date, and then we'll play ball from there. So.
And we'll be out there from time to time with some cameras because we love to get you on camera.
Good.
And our drone flyer is back, so we'll be able to get some.
I saw that.
Yeah,
John
so
Mullen is
John will be
Yes.
back, and he's willing to come back and do some aerial photography.
Oh, that's great.
So
That'll be great.
I'll be getting him lined up to come over, because we love to show you off here at the TV station
That's
too.
great.
I want to ask you one question before we close, Tom, because I heard a rumor, and I want to know if it's true, that one of the times when you played the fireman, if they ran the bases, they had to carry one of our players. Did that happen?
That is a true story. Actually, yeah, we gave them two choices with the firemen. We told them that we could either hide their bases outside the stadium, okay, where we wouldn't even have their bases in the field. They'd have to go find them. Or you could just fire carry one of us, you know. And for fun, they did. They did.
They chose the latter.
They took that ladder, and yeah, we did that. The firemen have been so terrific. They love the nuts, and they're so. I mean, they're so in our spirit of the home here. They're so much involved with us. They usually only see us during crises,
Exactly.
picking us up off the ground or taking care of us. To see us out there playing together is a moving thing.
Yeah.
And veterans and first responders have a lot in common with one another.
Absolutely.
And, it's a community that relies on one another.
And they're so pretty. Oh my God. So
That's
pretty.
good. I was a combat medic in Vietnam, so I can really relate to those guys very well.
And Tom manages somehow with his management of the rules to have all the games end in a tie. Almost all of them
Almost,
end in a
yeah.
tie.
We're undefeated at this point. Okay, we've
Well,
had
if we
30.
don't like the team we're playing,
Yeah, then
it's
they
a
lose.
tie.
Some
a
of these
clear
guys-
loss.
Clear loss. Some of these guys get a little rowdy, so they have to lose.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank all of you for coming here today and sharing this information with us and getting us charged up to come and watch the season start again. I love to go out and watch the games, and it's one of the most fun things we have around here. And Borman Field is such a historic marker here with a lot of interesting history of its own. And I'm delighted to hear that you've had some plans toward building a museum to the Borman Field as a part of what you've been trying to do with your structure there. So we appreciate everything that the Tug McGraw Foundation is doing here at the home. We appreciate all the work that you two are doing with the team and all the team members. So thank everyone, and everybody come out and watch this next game. So the next game will be on the 22nd,
It'll
correct?
be opening day.
Opening day.
Opening
Go
day.
nuts.
Open, go nuts! Go nuts!
So we have a few more seconds here, about
Well, thank
45
you for
seconds.
inviting us
Yeah, well, thank
to
you for
talk
having
about
us.
the new season.
Yeah, thank you. And I also want to say that we are big fans of KVET. Sandra and I, we think you guys do an awesome job here.
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome job. And
88, Channel 88.
we watch it.
I'm on it.
We're on it. And the scroll is very, very helpful. I know Lavon does the scroll.
They have a
it's on
scroll of
39.
events.
That's cool.
Very, very, very helpful. I think you guys do an outstanding job here.
Yes.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
indeed.
Thank you.
That
So
is
you
true.
said it all for us. We're delighted that you're watching us, and we invite everybody to keep their station on Channel 88 or 89 for the scroll.
Yippee.
Okay, thank you. Thank you
right.
for
Good
watching us
job.
today. Goodbye.
Good.